Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Sergeant Lang, Cryptid and Crowns here. Just going back through some of my archive footage here, and I wanted to point this image out to you, what we got going here. Okay, we got two juveniles underneath the tree right here. So I'm going to mark up and show you what we got here. So we got the one juvenile. There's his shoulder. Here's his head, right, like this. There's his one eye right there and his other there. There's his nose and there's his mouth. There's his high cheekbone. Right? Then we got the adult right here, which you can see the silhouette of his head right here. And he's chameleon Sasquatch. He's one of the chameleon breeds, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So you see his one eye right here. He's watching me right there. And his other eye he's got shut. So he's only got one eye showing. And they do have to break up their outline, so they know humans are not used to seeing a cyclops. They're not used to seeing just one eye. They're used to seeing two, and they know people can put together facial features in their brain when they see two eyes. You can spot two eyes better. If you was to do any kind of light reflection, it's a lot more convenient to bounce light reflection off of one eye instead of two. There's a lot of different reasons why they always shut one of their eyes and keep one eye open. And they do that so it doesn't register in the mind of humans. So he's got one eye open there, and then you see his mouth right here. Right? You can even see his teeth. And he's reaching back here. You see his arm, it's see-through in most of it, like this, and he's got his arm covering the eyes of this juvenile right here. Here's the other juvenile. You can see his eye right there underneath the wrist of this invisible Sasquatch. So I'm going to take the markups off his arm so you can look at. We're going to see his arm up close and personal here. Okay, when you look at his arm, you can see the full width of his arm, but the top part of his arm it's like it's see-through, and then you see the under part of his arm, like where the veins are and stuff like that. You know, they look green, right? And his arm looks see-through. And then when you get down here to the juvenile, um, you can see the bottom half of the hand of the chameleon Sasquatch. You can actually see it's the top half that you can even see through to the forehead of the juvenile, and you see his eye and his nose and his mouth here at the bottom of that juvenile right there. All right, the juvenile's still watching me. And matter of fact, there is a third Sasquatch in there. He's got his hand up to his mouth there. Look at his little fingers. He's holding up to his mouth. So this is a den, I guess, where they got several of the smaller Sasquatches in there. This one here don't even have teeth yet. He's got gums, it looks like. It must be a nursery, because look at this little baby here. There's another little baby in there. There's like 4 babies in there, all underneath that log. And you see the chameleon Sasquatch here. What? Let me go to markup here. I want to do one more thing. I've not done any enhancements to this video yet. So basically you see the vein structure of his arm right there. But the actual width of his arm is like that. You see in the undercarriage of his arm, like where the blood flows mainly going through his arm, you see like a green streak through it, right? In his hand, you can see his actual skin is a dark grayish color. And then there's that little juvenile underneath his arm. He's doing that to reflect his eye, to keep his eyes from reflecting. And then if you look real closely through his arm, right? If you look through the top part of his arm, you can actually see, just a second here, another little Sasquatch back here. And he's got his hands up to his mouth, right? And then there's a little one right here. And then you got that one. But yeah, they're all denned up underneath that. You know, they'll dig like a fighting hole and put debris over it, and they'll sleep under it all day, and then they come out at night. But yeah, that is definitely, there's the adult. He's got the one eye on me. You see his eye open. The other one's shut. Check him out. You can even see his mouth. And you can even make out his full arm structure, everything reaching back like that and covering the eye of the other juvenile. It's quite amazing, really. Now I think his other arm uh, is stretching out this way, right here, I think, and it's matching the color of the log right here. So he's making this look like debris of the tree, right? Or if he's not making it look like debris of the tree, there's debris laying there and it's just invisible or see-through, and then you're actually seeing the debris through his arm, but his other arm is laying out forward right there, like he's reaching up into the den type thing. You know what I mean? That's his other arm's right through there. Quite intriguing footage. I really don't know if doing any enhancements will do any good because it's a pretty clear footage. You know, I don't think there's much more I could do with it. I mean, I could try to do maybe some sharpness and definition on it. Let's see. Try to add a little bit of definition on it. Maybe that'll help put a little sharpness in it. See what that does. And it might help some. But you can see his face there for sure. See his teeth, his head. You can see his arm. But yeah, I don't know. It might help out some, but it's distorting in other areas. So I think I'll take it down. I'll remove it off of there. Just because I don't want to actually mess any other detail up now that we're looking at it. But anyways, I'd like to welcome all my new members. Like and subscribe and ring the bell. I know I say that all the time. It's like beating a dead horse, but majority of your people don't hit subscribe. I don't know why, but you know, if you've been on my channel more than once, yeah, just hit the subscribe button. I appreciate you. Peace.